Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. My name is Shneer and this is Talking Crime. On today's video, I have another reaction video. You guys, this reaction video will have you shocked. This young lady says that she took Ancestry DNA and found out that the father that had been raising her all these years was not her father. Let's get into this story. But before we get started, please subscribe, like, and share this video.
Hi everyone, my name is Vanya. I'm here to give you guys the story time that you asked for. I just want to first say thank you for all of the love. I did not expect this video to go the way it did go. It is amazing though to see that a lot of people out there going through the same thing I'm going through. Some worse.
And it is a lot of people.
But I truly am thankful for the support. So to begin, I originally did Ancestry DNA to learn more about what my mom's side was mixed with.
Yeah, that's why I did mine too.
I always heard that it was Spanish and Filipino, but come to find out it's actually Chinese and Filipino. Apparently my grandmother passed away when my mom was a little girl, so she never really got to know her. And so that's how I originally got Ancestry. So when I got the
results, like mom gonna have some questions after this.
There was distant relatives on there, names that I didn't recognize. So I went to my dad and my family. I was like, "Hey, do y'all know these names?" And they're like, "No."
Go to that mama.
Since they're distant cousins, maybe they're from further down the family. So no one at that time thought that my results were my results. We just
but your mama probably
close to us did the DNA. So my cousin was like, "Oh, I'm gonna do it too, just to see more of what I mix with." So she did it, and me and her did not match. This is like 6 months after I got my results. So she didn't match. So me and her are looking at each other like, okay, either your daddy's not your dad or my dad is not my dad.
Right.
And that is what began the whole entire thing. So at this point, we asked her half-sister to do the DNA. They were related through their dads. So we knew that her half-sister.
I'm just trying to figure out why she never asked her mother.
So like if me and her match or if they match.
Or did her mother not know?
Gives us more of the answer. So she did it. This is maybe like another 3 months going by and they matched and I didn't match either one of them. So at that point, I was like, guys, we're going to have to accept the fact that I am not my dad.
Right.
And still at that point, we were everyone was still suspicious of the results. They were like, maybe that dad didn't belong with the group. It was a mess. So I ended up getting my sister to do it. They all matched. I didn't match anybody.
Oh my
God. At that point, I had to accept that my dad was not my dad. Please keep in mind, I was 32, 33 years old at the time, and finding this out when you were raised by this
shocking,
family,
devastating, heartbreaking,
was literally like a stab to my chest. I cried. I think I hyperventilated.
I'm sorry that happened to her.
I was a very hot mess to find this kind of information out when I wasn't expecting to find this type of information out.
Right.
So after all this, I finally had a close match pop up. His name was a name that I didn't know, of course, and Googling the name, it was such a common name. I messaged the person like
Inspector
1,000 times.
Gadget.
That person popped up as a half uncle. So at this point, I only have a half uncle to work off of.
Right.
And he's not answering any of my messages, not replying. There was a first cousin also on there that was not answering any messages. So I only had those two. I did write down names from their family tree in hopes that could get me somewhere. And so I went through first cousins, second cousins. I wrote down everyone's names from their family trees, and I was just Googling. I was putting names from the census record to the names that were on family trees and just seeing if I could come up with anything. And I believe
oh my God, this is crazy.
So a year goes by after Googling and searching and putting names together.
Right.
I come across an obituary that had all the names that I've written down. So I ended up going to Facebook and messaging all the brothers and sisters that was on the obituary and giving them my story. Like, hey, I was born in the Philippines. My dad was in the Air Force.
And she was all over at this point.
I told them,
bump a private investigator
in the military and was served in the Philippines. I had one person message me back and he was like, I was in the Philippines. My brother also served in the Philippines. What year were you born?
Let's get down to the bottom of it.
He was like, I wasn't there that year, but his wife ended up buying Ancestry DNA. He took
the wife don't play.
Basically,
finna get down to the bottom of it.
This psycho person just coming to them with a random like, "Hey, you my daddy" type situation.
Right.
So while we waited for the results, we got to know each other. I got to see pictures of him and his family. He gave me the rundown of the family. And at that point, you know, I looked exactly like this guy. I looked like his kids.
Oh, wow.
Even my family were like, "This guy's your dad." I mean, y'all look just alike.
You just gotta be.
Also, during the time we were waiting for the results, the other guy contacted me.
Okay.
Basically, he contacted me and was like, "You look like my brother. You got to be his daughter. You're not mine. There's no way. I was only in the Philippines for a day. You're not my daughter." Oh. So I'm just letting him know that, you know, I was raised with a great dad who took very well care of me. Much. I'm not looking for anything out of this. I'm not looking for no money. I'm well off. I'm in my career. I don't need nothing. I'm just trying to figure out who is my bio dad. So then the results come in and it confirms that the first guy is not my bio dad.
Ex your mama.
In complete shock because I look just like this guy. However, he did say he wasn't in the Philippines at that time. I was just kind of hoping maybe he had his years wrong. But along with that, he found out that his dad was not his dad. And that truly crushed me because we have a guy trying to help me.
She said his dad wasn't his point, his dad wasn't his dad.
Helping me, he finds this
oh my God.
Out, and of course I feel really bad.
Not you trying to help somebody else, but your dad ain't yours either.
He's finding information out that I'm sure that he may have not wanted to find out. However, he was able to find a sister on there that he has grown probably the best relationship I've seen with her. So I guess there is a bright side to that information being found out.
Everybody needs to know.
Back to my story, I knew that the second guy, who actually is my bio dad, was going to be a little difficult to get to take the ancestry just to confirm everything for confirmation. So it took a long time for me to be like, do I reach out to his kids? Because I was like, I wouldn't want to be contacted that way, but I was so desperate. I was like, I'm just going to do it. So I reached out to his daughter and I sent her a message on Facebook and I gave her my spiel and story and she immediately messaged me back.
I will be on it, honey.
Open and accepting.
Because not my daddy might have another child. Let's get on it now.
Ancestry. Her results came back as my half sister, of course. And our relationship has blossomed tremendously. My bio dad even put me in contact with my brother.
Wow.
Which he was married to his mom at the time, still is married to her. But me and my brother also built an amazing relationship.
That is good.
And I am so grateful for my journey. It could have went sour.
Right.
But I have two best friends that I have gotten out of it. And there was more things that was discovered along this journey that
She said that ain't it, y'all.
But if you are contemplating on doing Ancestry, do know that there is a chance that you may find some information out that you are not wanting to find out, or just be prepared mentally of what could possibly be found out. Thank you for tuning along, but that's my story. Bye.
Oh my God. So basically she got an Ancestry DNA to basically see about her heritage and stuff like that. Pretty much the reason why I did, because in my opinion, like, family does not know, especially if your grandparents or great grandparents is not here anymore. You can't really get those answers because a lot of times back in the day, they didn't think of those things to ask. So now we are stuck here now trying to figure it out ourselves because we just curious people. But that's why I got Ancestry DNA. And also, like my grandfather said, the last time he ever saw his biological father was when he was 6. So I'm trying to, see if like any of that information pull up. But you guys, her story is like amongst hundreds of thousands, maybe millions of people that don't even know. Like, her story is amongst all these other people that has been taken Ancestry DNA and finding out that either their parents not their parents, or their parents parents not their parents, or their parents 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 not their parents, or either their parent their sister ain't their sister their mama. Like, y'all, I'm sorry that happened to her. I'm glad now she knows the truth and who her biological father is. I know like the man that had been raising her all these years might be some kind of way sad, but maybe happy also. I'm glad that she had a good outcome and that the biological father did want to participate some in her life. And now she got siblings as best friends. So you guys don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment and share this video. I would gladly appreciate it and happily appreciate you subscribing. And come to my channel for more videos like this. Have a blessed day. Peace.